No, I didn't forget about the switch. No, I didn't notice it even though it was in front of me at one time and I still didn't see it. What are you guys talking about? You're all just being crazy. He says as he misses the switch entirely. Oh, the physics on this ship are just really annoying to get used to sometimes. There we go. And it was simple as that, just to fire off a golden banana on the top of the lighthouse. Man, it's just like me to miss something so blatantly obvious. Greetings all, it's Blue Knight, and welcome back to Donkey Kong 64. Previously, we helped out a mermaid get some pearls back from a bunch of clams that she somehow lost them to. Yeah, really think about it, it's a wonder how she did lose those clams, or those pearls to the clams to begin with, because they're not going anywhere, so who really committed the crime? We never really did find out the criminal, because she said they were reptiles, but as far as I know, we haven't found any reptiles that can swim underwater yet. So with that being the last thing we can take care of the lighthouse area for good, at least I hope so, I hope no one didn't forget anything about that. Today we're gonna investigate more of the shipwreck and see what we can scavenge from it. Its ruins. To start off, after getting that banana very quickly, we'll press on this switch with leg key. Since we're already here, we might as well just press it down. And surprise, surprise, that leads to the ship ruins, which I still believe to be Gangplank Galleon. It just makes a lot of sense to me that this ship would be that particular vessel. I mean, there's no other ship that I know of that has like any sort of a galleon-like name, so this makes sense to me. If this isn't what I'm thinking it is, then I guess the mystery just goes a little deeper than we all expected. There's an on-guard crate in here. First we'll get all these bananas to start things off. And then we'll go into the crate since we cannot get anything when we are in on-guard form. I don't think we can even get the golden banana when we are in this transformation. Yeah, we can. It goes transparent. It's kind of weird how it operates like that. Like, you can't collect anything if you're in an animal buddy transformation just because it's not like your original form anymore. It won't be too long though. We can clear out these chests, take a bunch of coins. We'll go through this pipe, or the tunnel in the meantime. See if there's anything on the other side. Never hurts to be thorough, like I've stated time and time again. I don't think there's anything in here though. No, but we can once again see that there's a starfish on the other side. Once again, showing that this ship is connected more or less. That's our 99th golden banana, holy cow! And a banana bell to boot, even though we don't need those anymore. Still, man, I can't believe we're already this close to getting triple digits in terms of golden bananas. It really doesn't feel like that still, even to me. I know we're like almost 30 episodes in at this point, but still, I actually thought that would take a little longer than we have been on pace thus far. Maybe I'm just underestimating my skills a little more than I should. So get all that. 81 coins for a lanky. You might say it's a little too much, but for me, I say that's the perfect amount. You can never have too much stuff on hand in these kinds of games. Because you never know when you need to afford something that might be really, really lucrative. Alright, since we are lanky, what can we do now? There are a few places we can go to. Is where I want to start is the puzzling question. I think we'll go with Tiny, because there is one more thing we can do with her in this area. Actually, two more things. Or make that three, actually. Because I forgot about all these bananas we did uncover. Not just bananas, coins too. All this content we uncovered with a guard down here recently. I just forgot to pick all this up. I'll come back to this area a few more times because there are some stuff that are like for various cogs that we can't pick up from. So we head over here. You may have slightly remembered this for like a brief moment. Well, this steel pipe thing is actually the top of a submarine. You kind of wouldn't think that it's like the submarine's scope. I really don't remember what it's actually called at the moment, but it's just one of those things that you look at when you are on the inside of a sub. That's what this is. And unlike with the Galleon, I really don't know what this is like referencing to, if there's a reference to anything. Did one of those fish actually blow up and hit me when I was that far out? I didn't think the radius of that blast was that large. Kinda weird, but it didn't hurt me that much, so it doesn't really matter.
Welcome to bonus stage.
And again with Big Bug Bash. Okay, it has been a while since I have actually come across this minigame, but it also feels recent that I did do this still. There we go. First try too. That was awfully nice-ish of the game. Oh, I was also being quiet, so I wanted to concentrate a little more. That is our 100th golden banana of the game. We're officially halfway through the entire adventure now. That is just mind-boggling, to say the very least. I was not expecting us to hit 100 bananas this soon into the game. Then again, it is like the 4th level of the entire quest, so we are kind of halfway through, like I said before, if I'm calculating things right. Still, that is just maddening to think about. But that means our adventure's only halfway over, so we still have a long way to go before we can actually complete our quest for good. So now what I want to do is to head back into the tag barrel. We might go as Chunky to the one quadrant of this area that we haven't investigated yet. It's not that part of the ship. It's where we saw the 4 pad. Hang on, is this another pad? It looks different. It looks like the 5 pad. Yeah, it is. Huh. Kinda forgot about that. And there's some DK coins here too. Aha, this is the place I was thinking of. There's actually 2 quadrants that we haven't visited yet. We also found where Funky is, even though I don't think we can get anything from him yet. Unless there's another ammo belt that he's got prepped for us by now. Highly doubt it though. Bad news, Chunky Dude. Afraid I'm still working on my next big thing. Looking low, Chunky Dude. Let me max out your ammo. Sure enough, I was right. So we know that Funky's contents are shared between Frag Factory and this level 2, which I'm not surprised about. So that only leaves if Candy's shop does share that rule as well. So there's a bunch of music pads here, but I want to get this. This is where Chunky's Splat is. Very easy to take out, even though it's in a confined space. But if you know the method, like I've shown time and again, then it's not that hard to acquire that blueprint. Also collect that, as we got another banana medal. Unfortunately, Chunky's music pad we already saw back in the lighthouse area, so in order to get through all of this, we'll have to manipulate the water level a couple times before we can get to where those are stationed off. I think we'll leave that for last, honestly. That's where the most of the golden bananas we haven't acquired lie at this current time. But I just don't want to go back to Lighthouse area just to manipulate the water level over and over again. Honestly, it feels like a waste of time at this point. And one of the main goals I wanted to tackle when I was rounding out this game was to avoid going back to the lighthouse and the shipwreck areas as much as possible. We have done that a few times, but still, I want to make sure to minimize that as best as I could. There should be we are close to finishing up Gloomy Galleon, at least I hope we are. It's your lucky day, Chunky. For just 5 coins, I can now upgrade your instrument. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. How about it? My instrument? I hope you mean my actual instrument, not anything dirty. Fortunately it is. All cogs now get some extra energy added to their instrument attacks. I've upgraded all your instruments, so now they've got more musical energy. And that's pretty much it. We definitely didn't get this back in the factory. If it was available, I guess I didn't have enough coins to get it, even though Chucky has what? 97 at this point. So maybe Candy's shop is the only one that doesn't have like shared content between the levels? That might be the case. We'll just have to wait until another occasion where we do unlock multiple levels to see if that actually holds merit. For now, we'll switch up the DK, since we did meet this guy who wasn't too far from Candy's shop. You probably forgot about him, but he's the seal that we did free some time back. Shiver me timbers, 'tis the good monkey. Alright, matey. Have some gold through the thanks with That was going a little too fast because I was kind of preoccupied. Ahar, why not sail through yonder tunnel and join me in a little race? Just a gold if ye triumph over 2 laps and collect 10 pieces of 8 along the way. Press Z to set sail, and control stick to navigate your galleon. R turns her sharply, and A makes E leap like a seal. So that's not all we can do with this seal. As I was trying to say, we did free this guy some time back, and we could get a golden banana the next time we saw him. I want to leave this till now because I didn't want to swap between the lighthouse and the shipwreck areas very often, like I mentioned before. Since we are here, let's accept this Sea Dog's race and see if we can beat him in his own little game. And off we go! Oh, it's always the A button that throws me off in these kinds of races. I'm just not used to Z being like an accelerate button when it comes to racing in many video games. So this is kind of similar to Cars race from Frantic Factory. These coins do not respawn if you do happen to lose them, so be very cautious in how much you collect it and avoid the obstacles, which in this case are some crates. They don't look like they're hazardous to you, but they do blow up if you do happen to touch one, so be careful of that. Just like so. You lose 3 coins like you do before, so that's why it's very, very worth your while to not crash as much as possible. Beating like the seal, it's not that tough to do, just get to the checkpoints, and by the time you are like maybe halfway to the second lap, you should be going fast enough to pass the seal on your own volition. Which means it's a matter of time. Uh-oh, that's not good. Are there any more coins nearby? There's one over there. Ooh, that's good. Oh, that was a little scary. I think that's the closest I've ever got to screwing up that race. Man, if it wasn't for that one crate, I would have not been like that anxious. Alright, be shame to be a long whilst I lost, matey, but ye shall have my loot. And coming from that other shipwreck area is the second golden banana that the Sea Dog was hiding from us. I'm not sure if this guy actually has a name or not. I think he does. That's a little more distinctive than most of the side characters we have seen so far in our adventure. I'm thinking he does. I won't be surprised if he's called like the Sea Dog Seal or something like that. We'll go back over to where we saw Funky. Collect these coins. Come on. Come on, DK. Work with me. Thank you. Go over here too. Get those. And we'll make our way over to this cactus thing. I don't really know what this is. It does look like a cactus. But the reason I'm here is to kind of work on these music pads. And this takes us to number 3 of the ship ruins. This isn't that far from our current spot, so the 60-second time limit isn't that much to worry about. It's mainly just for finding which side you have to go into on this shipwreck. So I'm pretty sure it's on this side. That's 4. Where is it? Is that number 5? That's number 5, so it's on the other side then. Not too big of a deal. We still have like half a minute left. Just take your time and find very carefully which part of that ship is. And sure enough, this leads back to the shipwrecked area. Now, something to discuss about is this little thread that we've been seeing whenever we are in the ship ruins. It turns out that this guy never got an official name from the development team. He does have a name though, but it was given to him by the fan base. I honestly don't remember what that name is. It wasn't like that distinctive to me, but that's something that was really interesting to me when I was researching information about the Galleon, especially with this ruined area. I always thought that this guy did have his own name given to him like officially, but that's not the case. Then again, I've never really heard of anyone actually calling this little guy by any name at all, so that was really interesting to learn about. Small detail, yeah, but I'm all about the small details in video games. It just brings like a little more, or shows that there's a little more care given to the game than you would think by learning about these small little tidbits. That's why I love making these kinds of videos, at least one reason why, because I love to learn more about the games that I already know very well. And trust me, there are a few more secrets that this game does have that I'm willing to share in our time to come, but those will come when we do come across
Welcome
those.
to bonus stage.
Oh, Crazy Called Clever again. Alright then. We know the song and dance about this before. 15 hits this time. It's not that difficult or any more difficult than the last time we were playing this game. Just aim carefully and reload when you have to, and this golden banana is as good as yours. And there we go, no problem at all. Just because there's more to hit doesn't mean that the game's not going to make things any harder for you. And that's our 103rd golden banana of the game. So that's not all we can get for like regular bananas with DK. 85. I'm pretty sure the last 15 are surrounding this part of the broken ship. It's good that we did come here so we can get that next anyways. So we'll go down here. It's underneath one of these parts of the debris. Also get these coins too, kind of forgot about those. So maybe it's over here? This is the only place I know we haven't got any coins for DK yet, and not coins, bananas. And sure enough, here they are. So unless we haven't turned in DK's blueprint, that should be everything we got for him in the Galleon. We'll have to manipulate the water level to get to these other ones next time, so this will be the last golden banana we'll get for today. And in case you didn't put it together by now, we're going back to the ship ruins. I think you get the idea of where these music paths lead us to at this point. That just means it's more scavenging for us underwater. Just a matter of getting there, that's a big problem. That should be on the other side. I think that was number 4 that was opened up. The one we saw over there, the front part of the ship, that's where the number 5 segment of these routes is located at. It's just not marked with a number for some reason. If it is though, then I'm clearly forgetting about it. You know, it's a wonder how the cogs are able to hold their breath underwater for as long as they did. I mean, the last time I was here, ooh, banana fairy. I mean, the last time I was recording one of these, I lived tiny underwater, and she was underwater for like several days if we have to go by any scale of time. So, they've got some impressive lung capacity is what I'm getting at. Then again, that's not even a problem for the cogs, but it's something I'm just really jealous of. I wish I could hold my breath underwater as long as any of these monkeys can. Even though they can't really do that in real life, who really cares? If bees have to resort to any sort of oxygen meter, like what a lot of famous platformers of the N64 were doing at that time. You know what? I actually wonder why they never did do that to begin with. If this was something that you didn't have to worry about in the country games either, I guess it's because that since those were like side-scrolling levels back then, adding a oxygen level of any sort would add some unneeded pressure to the player. Maybe that's why they never did that? That would be a valid reason. Though I'm not sure if there's like any disclosed official reasoning given to any one of the developers as to why they never did that. Pretty sure that is why they never did that. Something I never really thought about until I was playing this level for any length of time. That's our next golden banana, blocked by a really large Shuri. Not that hard to get. It's just the carry you have to worry about. That's the big obstacle in that particular moment. There's a banana badge here. I'm gonna scour around this place one more time to see if there's anything I may have missed out on. Just to be safe. I feel like this place is a little bigger than it should be. That's why I'm being very careful in scanning the floorboard on if we missed anything yet. Aha, sure enough. There's a couple more things we haven't gotten here yet. And there's a bed over here too. Wonder if this is like the co-captain's quarters or something. Because I'm pretty sure there is another room in the ship ruins that we haven't seen yet that will identify that that is the captain's quarters. This room really isn't it. Maybe it's like a lieutenant's room. That might be what this is. And I think that's all we'll take care of for today. We made a lot of progress, including clearing out more of the shipwreck and surpassing 100 golden bananas. Again, hard to think we're actually that far in terms of progress by now. So this is a very good day, if I do say so myself. With that being said, next time, we'll continue to explore the shipwreck a little bit more as there are a couple of segments we haven't seen yet. After I go change the water level off screen, we will continue to do that. Until we meet again, farewell for now.